What would you do? Would you trip?
No,
You're by yourself at like 3
I'd
in
go
the morning?
grab a camera.
All pedo?
Yeah. But anyway, we are, just to give you guys a little history, we are here with Beautiful Darkness, the film that was directed by Rod Rinks, written by Rod Rinks, produced by Dave and myself. And we're at a film festival called the San Diego Short Film Festival.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name that runs it?
James Kirby.
James Kirby. You know, James Kirby's been in the Army, like, I don't know how many years, but he just retired and he decided to start a film festival. So if you're out there listening, you can start a film festival. It doesn't matter if you know about film or if you're a filmmaker or whatever. It's a very classy film festival. All the film participants are here with their movies. We had a meet and greet yesterday.
Which was fun. I've never been to one.
Yeah, that was very cool.
I always kind of like that. Those are like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but actually they're pretty fun. They are pretty cool. I mean, you do get some people who talk your ear off. And they're talking nonsense, and you just kind of like leave them for Roberts, and like Dave and I kind of walk away.
Well, you know,
people hold their own TED Talks.
Some people hold their
I
own
had
TED Talk.
I had
You
a couple of TED Talks. I don't. My wife's gonna get mad, but yeah, I did.
You got up on your soapbox. You're like, listen, over at Netflix. This is what we're
this
doing.
is how we do it. Well, that's not. You know, the funny thing is, a lot of these people also had shows at Netflix. They had they were the writers on other big shows. You know, there's some people of note. But these festivals are about art, right? Like you make your piece of art and you go and view it. Doesn't matter if you shot it on an iPhone or if you shot it on film, like you shot on film. Kind of throwback to the old times. But it's cool to spend time with filmmakers. You know, we're all in different phases of our lives.
You got to be honest too, Roberts. When you see Beautiful Darkness up on the big screen and it's on 35, it's a different vibe.
Well, look, I look at it as just a great movie. Like someone was asking me last night, like there was a gentleman that was sitting there with me, and he was like, "When you look at your film, what do you think? Like, do you like your movie?" I said, "I love it. It's amazing from beginning to end. Like every element in the movie is super well done. I'm very proud of it." I think he was surprised to hear that. He was like,
"Yeah," because most people say, "Well." In retrospect, watching it, because I was there and they said, do you feel the same way about it first time versus the last time you saw it? You know, because there's a window there where we didn't watch it for a long time, then we see it again. And you're like, yeah, I feel the exact same way. It's a good film.
It's a good piece of work. Yeah, you did a good job. And, you know, we all do. We keep getting accepted. But you did a good job. Dave did a good job. If you win tonight, would you please thank the pigeons?
I will thank you.
Dude, the pigeons were the most expensive thing in our movie.
But if I do, I'm going to give a shout out. And I'm going to go, I want to thank. And
that's funny.
Have you ever been in a film festival before? Is this your first time?
No, this is my first time.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't go.
LA International was the first one I've ever went to.
Well, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Shout out to LA International. They did a nice job at nice theaters at where was it?
LA Live.
LA Live.
Yeah, the Regal.
They packed the house. That was very special. I took a picture. I think I posted it, like of me and my wife sitting in the audience, like at a really nice theater, and it was shown in like the biggest format I think I'd ever seen it in.
Yeah.
No,
that was a big person.
Yeah, it was huge.
Theater.
Yeah. You didn't do film festivals with Made in Mexico?
No, because I shot it. I was going to, but I shot it right.
You should have.
I still should.
Festival.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, some festivals you got to double check. I think if you go to Film Freeway. By the way, Film Freeway, great website to help you get to all the festivals. You know, you put in your stuff one time. You put up your film, put in your director's bio, put in a letter from the director, put up your trailer. Right there in Film Freeway. And every time you sign up for a festival, it sends them all of that information. So you don't have to do it twice or three times. You just do it one time, it sends it over. But you could go to Film Freeway and find out, because some festivals don't accept you after a year. Some festivals don't accept you after 2 years.
Or after distribution, if you're already shown.
So you have to find festivals that are open, or you can find out who will show the movie as just a screening, not in competition.
Yeah. I got to see. I mean, I was really, because COVID
do another movie.
I know, I'll just do another one.
Just do another movie. It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
I am going to do a premiere, though. Remember we talked about that on the podcast? Because I never got a chance to do one.
Just do an anniversary screening.
Yeah, a 5th year anniversary.
5 years already? Wow.
Dude, 5 years. Actually, longer, because it was 2019 we shot it.
Wow. 5th year anniversary, and have some swag there.
Yeah. What?
Hats, shirts, or have sell some stuff. So bring some DVDs, make some DVDs out of it, so you can give them away.
DVDs would go VHS.
They're
actually coming back. Remember we did the thing at Vidiot's?
Yeah, Brian Herzlinger, our director for the past couple of movies, he asks for a copy of the movie, a digital copy of the movie, and he makes a
Laserdisc.
He makes a Laserdisc out of every one of his movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Dude, that's
Is it a good format? Like, I don't understand if it comes from your digital print, how it's any better than your digigital print to put it on a Laserdisc. I don't know.
That's just got to be like a collectible thing.
Yeah. It's a romance thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to get back to the filmmakers that I met because I feel like a lot of them are in that doubt phase, where you're trying to do stuff. You've opened companies. You're trying to get your films done, and they're not sure what networks are looking for, what indies can do, whether you could raise money or not. I mean, I think, and I really appreciate it because I'm sort of jaded now. I've gotten to the point where no, don't do that.
Jaded?
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't raise money. Don't do that. You can't sell your movie.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You're kind of both because you're the most I said you're the most optimistic pessimist I've ever met in my life. You're like, let's do it. Yeah, no, we can't. You answer your own questions.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
But I like it because you could feel the fire in filmmakers. Even if I say, because there was a time back in like 1998, 1999 where you could make a deal directly. You can make a movie for $2 million and make a deal directly with Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Or remember Hollywood Video?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can make a deal with them for an exclusive. So if you have a really nice name, they'll give you $1 million and they get the exclusive to the movie. And you show up at Hollywood Video and there's a whole wall of your movie because it's only available there.
Yeah.
So they would pay you for it. So you could tell your investor, hey, we're going to make an exclusive deal with Hollywood Video. You're going to make $1 million of your money back
right off the bat.
And then we have foreign and we have like cable and we have all those other sales. You can't really do that anymore. And I realized I'm not in it anymore. So I don't know where you could sell your movie at. Maybe there's lots of places to sell your movie. I don't know. And you see people and they're like, well, I'm going to pitch it to a studio, and if they don't want it, well, I'm going to make it because I already have someone that wants to finance it. And I was like, oh, wow, that sounds like me, like back in the day. I don't care if you're going to make it or not. I don't care if they buy it. I'm going to make it anyway.
Well, the problem, and I understand where they're coming from, because if you think about a lot of the great movies that we love, they weren't well received. People didn't want to make them. Even Jimmy, what's the Christmas one that everybody, A Wonderful Life?
Well, Capra was a big director.
He was, but that movie wasn't well received.
No, no one liked it. It was panned.
Goodfellas, Rocky. You can go down the list of films that weren't well received when they initially came out, or people didn't want to get behind them.
Well,
it was kind of like,
no, hang on a second. Let's just, because you added Rocky to that list, but Rocky was always a great. No. Rocky was a great script, and the studios knew it. And they wanted to make it, but not with the still.
Well, yeah, but it was a big rewrite. You know that. They loved the concept.
I didn't know that. Tell me about it.
It was a big rewrite.
Really?
He didn't. Everybody thinks that it's like Good Will Hunting.
But he won the Academy Award.
Yeah,
but I don't think the Writers Guild would allow that. Like if who wrote it then? Who did the rewrite?
Who produced the movie? That's how it got happened. Because he wasn't even supposed to play the lead.
I do know that.
Yeah, it was a kid. It was another guy who was in Lords of Flatbush or Lords of Flatbush.
Well, he was in Lords of Flatbush.
Yeah, but it was the main guy. He wasn't the main guy. It was Fonzarelli. There was like 4 guys. They thought it was him. He got lucky because there was a changing of the guards at Paramount. They greenlit it. It was only $1 million. They had one camper that they all shared. You couldn't drop a bomb in there. You had to go to like the restaurant because they all shared. And if he came under budget, then they got rid of him. And he begged them because he wanted to play that because he knew that. So they agreed to it, and they said, look, if you're over budget, you're out. We'll take it from there. Because it was supposed to be.
Those are great stories, man.
It's a great story. It's not even about boxing. It's a love story.
Yeah, that's an amazing love story. If you want to really go down a rabbit hole with this, it's a fantastic like story of success, right? Because he wrote it in a weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rewrite, but I just know that the studio went up to like over $300,000 or close to $300,000 to buy the script,
right,
just to get him to not be in it.
Right.
And he kept saying no.
Right.
And it was such a good script.
And he was broke. He had sold his dog the whole time.
It was such a good script that they finally said fine. And you know what was really interesting is like, again,
well, I don't know if it was a good script. It was a good story. You know, it's based off the Muhammad Ali Chuck Wepner exhibition fight.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. And Chuck Wepner dropped him. And then Muhammad Ali just beat the crap out of him. Chuck Wepner was just a mob enforcer.
He went the distance.
I think he stopped it finally in like the 15th round. The referee stopped. But again, it was like he stuck with them. You know, it was supposed to be an easy fight. And so Stallone saw that fight. And then that's where he had the idea.
Right.
And he didn't even pitch it. He went in to pitch something else, or he was auditioning or something, and he was on his way out the door, and he was literally, he said he had his hand on the doorknob to turn it, and he said, "Hey, I got this script about an underdog boxer who takes on the champ and almost wins," or something like that. And they said, "Oh, really?" And it was a boxing movie, because the only boxing movies that were popular then was Paul Newman's Someone Up There Loves Me, Someone Up There Likes Me. Mm-hmm. Like, there was a handful of boxing movies, but nothing like that.
One thing that John Avildsen had is amazing taste. He was a great storyteller, but he had amazing taste, right? So he hired Bill Conti, and I don't know that Rocky is Rocky without that score, to be honest. I think, I think it's a very, very emotional and great movie, but without that score, like that very solemn, distant, cold score, and to have a love story work in that kind of atmosphere is amazing. I love that we're spending so much time on Rocky, but
I don't want to forget to talk about our incredible sponsors, extrememusic.com. They are the best in the business. They're an incredible website, extrememusic.com. If you need music for your movies, your independent films. Actually, I use them on studio films. I use them on indies. You can use them for everything. They have an incredible array of composers and of music. You can buy an individual song. You can buy numerous songs. Very affordable, incredible selection across the board. And you can automate most of it. Set it up for if you need a minute. You can pick a song you like. It reconfigures it and gets it to you the way you want it. So make sure you check out extrememusic.com for all your music needs.
But it goes back to filmmakers.
Yeah,
that's what we're coming from.
Yeah, but then I followed John Avildsen because there was this other movie that was like breaking records, $100 million made in theaters, this sleeper hit called The Karate Kid.
Yeah.
So I went, and I didn't really look at directors that much. I just watched movies and see if I liked movies. But I decided, you know what, this is really interesting, this movie, right, about this kid who becomes like this champion karate guy that wins this tournament not knowing much. So and I look at it, and it's John Avildsen. I'm like, John Avildsen directed Rocky, then he directed Karate Kid, and they both were sort of the same interesting story, which is amazing.
You're the best around.
I think he did write that. I think he did write that too.
Yeah.
But
even going back to Rocky, that was the first Steadicam. Like, it was all underdogs, because I don't think Avildsen wasn't he in? He was like in director jail, or
he was in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in trouble, and so.
But they owed him a movie.
They owed him movies, and they gave him that
because it was like, that's it.
Yeah, and then the Steadicam stuff, they had never done that before. That DP.
Oh, the running?
Yeah, he created that.
I wonder if they laid track for the one where he's running in front of the docks, because
it's
a long
and it was
run.
It was they were in a car, and it was all guerrilla.
Oh, really?
It was all guerrilla.
That's awesome.
It was like when he's running through South Philly, and those people are turning.
It's
one take.
Mm-hmm.
They had
they were leaning out the back of the ride.
Yeah, they had no time. They had no permits. They had no money. It was made. It was like a indie, and that's why these filmmakers all say, like, including myself, well, fuck it, the studio doesn't want to give me money, I'll do it myself. I could make the next Rocky, but it's a little different. You know what I mean? Can you? Maybe. I'm not saying your film's not, but all that I'm saying is, like, it's like lightning in a bottle. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have to have something real special. As you like to say, high concept.
Dude, it's funny because I was talking to someone at the film festival. We're getting back to the film festival. San Diego Short Film Festival. And they were like, I said high concept, and someone was like, what is high concept? Like, what is it really?
Yeah. Did you hit him with the Jaws or the Jurassic Park?
Of course, I hit him with Jurassic Park, But I also was able to
hit us with the Jurassic Park.
A scientist extracts DNA from a dinosaur bone, uses that DNA to create a dinosaur, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, then realizes, I can do this with the entire species, then creates a zoo to put them all in. They they get out, start eating people, and that's your movie, right? So that I haven't timed myself, but I'm guessing that was 10 seconds.
That was your pitch before. It was a lot quicker. You kind of
was even faster.
It was
right?
quicker. Your pitch before was.
I added something to
you
that.
added. You said because before it was a dinosaur. Scientist extracts DNA and
creates a
dinosaur, then creates a zoo for all these dinosaurs, and then they get out.
And
all hell break. They escape.
You know what? What I added? I added Tyrannosaurus Rex because I thought it would give people a visual, and they eat people. Yeah,
and they eat people.
But they do eat people.
Yeah.
But that's a high concept pitch. If you have to tell your story because like the ant then gets together with the guy, and then you go back in time, and then he knows her.
You see when you lose them too. Like when you're pitching someone,
it's
you lose
hard,
them.
dude.
Yeah,
it's hard.
You see when they're in, like if they're looking and listening.
Yeah.
But then when they start to look away, or you lost them. That's
I
it.
speak in high concept all the time, and like I lose people. Like I'm very short, right? I'm all soundbitey, right? My whole life is about sound bites, like interesting sound bites. But I was talking to people last night. There, you could see like they were nodding out. You know, I was like, oh man, I'm either old or I've lost my edge. But no, I think what's interesting about film festivals, and it's exciting for the future, is that you get to practice. You get to put your movie in front of an audience. And you know, James Kirby, which I find inspiring. He is open to all formats. So when he watches a movie, even if you shot it on your iPhone, it can get into this festival.
Yeah.
And there's lots of festivals around the United States, around the world, that would let you put in your movie no matter what you shot it on. Yeah. So there's no excuses anymore, right?
No.
And just to go, way back, Robert Rodriguez, when he first started, would shoot on, any format. The thing that was fascinating about him, and you could still watch some of his old stuff, is that he was a fantastic editor. If you're a filmmaker and you're doing something, let's just assume that you're doing a movie for $25,000.
Yeah.
I would make it for $35,000, keep $10,000, and then just pay people off that have large followings on Instagram to promote wherever you sold it. Because you can't count on anybody, no one's going to do that. I don't know why people don't do that. Like when I did the Johnny Porcher story. Now, granted, we wanted a much bigger sale for that movie, and we all do. That's the whole point, right? You want people to buy it and everyone to make tons of money. Now that one was a little difficult, so I had to put it out myself. But the investor did put up $7,000, and we took that money and we gave it to people that are influencers. So the Blessed one, I emailed him because you knew him. Right. I texted him.
Right.
Or
DM. You slid in the DM.
Him. Sorry, I DM'd him. And I said, hey, would you promote this for me? I'll pay you. Mm-hmm. And he was really honest. He wrote back immediately and said, I don't think my audience would respond.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I offered him, a couple $1,000 because he had a big following. And he was like, yeah, I think that you would be throwing away your money. Because I don't think I don't think they would come. Shout
out to the Blessed one. That's right.
Dude, the Blessed
for blessing people like you.
But honestly, you could be on. So then I took that and I learned from that conversation, and I went to Be Real. That's like a true crime, right? Following Mario Lopez, right? Because he had La Raza. Frankie Quinones, who actually did a video.
Did he really?
Hey, yeah, he did a video going hey, I saw this movie, and it was funny, but he did a video.
Did he do it as Creeper, or did he do
half and half? I think, not full on Creeper, or maybe he did. I can't remember. But lots of people checked out the movie based on those deals. So save a little bit of money. And by the way, if you think you can't afford an influencer, offer them $1,000, see what happens.
It's these days is a smart move too.
You know what I mean? Because they'll be like, I get $20,000 for each post. Okay, well I got $1,000. All right, send me $1,000.
Yeah, but you actually, because I think the guys over at Gravesend did this too. Right before COVID is when you self-distributed, right? Through Prime.
Yeah, with what was the name of the company?
Quiver.
Quiver, Quiver.com.
Yeah. They closed right when COVID started because they had such an influx.
I was the last one.
You were because that was my. I had a whole plan. I was going to do that with I was going to give, people that I know either money or swag, which they want
whatever
money. Swag doesn't work.
Dude, you show up with an envelope with a few $100s in it. I don't know. People are like, it's hard for them not to take it. I got to say.
Yeah. But even that,
I would take it.
Even that route, like you're saying, but you can't self-distribute anymore. Everything has to go through like a distribution. You can't put it up on Amazon.
Well,
Prime
that leads me to the next thing. So if you're making movies and you want to get distributed, there is, that's the issue with indies, right? Is that you do an indie, you want to distribute it properly, you make a deal with a distributor who's like,
yeah,
it's all right, and then you don't make any money. So there is a machine. Right. Yeah. There's a Universal machine. There's a Warner Brothers machine. There's a Netflix machine. Netflix is a different type of machine, but and unto itself, right? But there is, if you put your movie into a machine that has deals all over the world, that whatever you give them, I think everyone can relate to this. You ever watch a movie on a channel and you say, they're making that shit and they won't pick up my movie? Have you ever said that?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, okay. Everyone has said that. You know why that movie? Because it went into the machine.
Yeah.
They put it into like a little hole and it went and got distributed all over the world. They don't even know where it goes because they have all these set deals with everybody.
Yeah.
So if you can sell your movie to a machine, then they pay you because they know how much money they're going to make. So if I pay you $100,000, I know I'm going to make $3 million just based on my machine.
Yeah.
I put it in. I know where all those things are going. So a lot of these countries make deals with Warner Brothers and Universal and Lionsgate that just say, like, you give me product, I put it on, I pay you. And that's it.
I like that.
That's how it works. You like that?
You give me project.
You give me project, I put it in my machine and it goes out and I
give
pay
you money, you give me movie.
But that's the problem, is that if you aren't part of the machine, then you can't get the full distribution, right? So you have to continue to try to get your films out. But at the end of the day, it's about art. It's about building your reputation. It's about doing good work.
Yeah.
You got to keep doing good work, and you have to make sure that you, whether it's on an iPhone or not, it's on DV cam. I mean, look, we shot on film. No one shoots on film anymore. You could consider that.
Ron Howard does. But
does he?
I think so.
Some people do.
Yeah.
But
that's a machine.
Yeah.
That's running the machine.
Yeah, he's running the machine.
Motor.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to keep doing good work. You have to keep putting it out. And eventually someone walks up to you at a film festival and says, like, hey, let's do a movie together.
Yeah.
You did a good job. You've been consistent. You did Made in Mexico. You did Beautiful Darkness. I can see your growth, I mean, all those conversations are real conversations. You have to believe they can happen.
Yeah.
But if you keep doing good work and you're confident in that, you can, you can make a big difference in your career and people can really dig it. It's important to work with what you got and to continue to do the work and to continue to put it out. A really good example, just a little sidebar. So when I first started my first company with Lorena David, she wanted to be a director.
Yeah.
Now the problem for me is that you would talk to investors and they'd be like, "Well, what has she directed?" And nothing.
Right.
So she decided, along with our company, to do a series of shorts, comedy shorts, and she shot them. I gotta find them because they're so great. She did these comedy shorts, and they were so good that I was able to use those to get her first directing job.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But like that was nothing, right? They were spoofs.
Yeah.
I think that one of them was a spoof of The Sound of Music.
Okay.
But Ebonics style. So it was very, very funny.
Now that's racist.
Yeah, that's racist. It was. I couldn't do it now. I'm talking about 1990, 98, 96.
Can you do Tropic Thunder today or no?
No. It's too bad, right? Because that's like,
didn't
he get nominated for Academy Award? Yeah, he did, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, can you imagine? But yeah, so do the shorts.
Yeah.
Show them to people. They might say, like, you know what? You showed real talent in that short. Let's.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone.
It is a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Don't think it's not. And don't expect a certain result from it. Just put it out.
Put in the work.
Put in the work. Yeah. Put it out. Let people see it. Let the chips fall where they may, and I promise you they'll fall in a good spot. Yeah. So,
speaking of Christmas movies, Roberts.
Yes.
You had a Christmas movie that did okay, right?
I did. We haven't talked about it. We have the last show I did was with Tommy Harper, so I couldn't really talk about my movie. By the way, Tommy Harper, go listen to the Tommy Harper podcast. It's a great one.
Yeah, what a dick. Why don't you invite us?
Because it was during COVID. No, I'm just kidding.
Because he wanted to do it at like 10 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
That's an executive producer.
And he needed to be at another thing right away. So it was like Netflix.
And they only made 4, right? You said Netflix.
They made 4 originals. They did Hot Frosty.
Yeah.
They did the Lindsay Lohan movie. And they did Merry Gentleman. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, some people like it. Some people don't like it.
Yeah,
what did you like about it?
I liked her to see her back in her element.
That's so you're a fan then. That's cool.
Well,
I love that.
Anyways, I used to know her back in the day.
Oh, really?
To see her now, yeah, it's like she crossed the bridge.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like, matured.
David Abe be knowing fools. Like you get with Shia LaBeouf.
I saw that. Is that recent? Is that a recent picture of you?
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to see Shia LaBeouf and David Dave, go to his Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good old.
Well, Meet Me Next Christmas is about a hopeless romantic, played by Christina Milian, and she is in a relationship but meets the perfect guy at an airport while she's laid over, and they spend 3 hours together. And she says, he asks her, "What would you be doing tonight?" And she says, "I'd be at the Pentatonix concert with my boyfriend, which I'm at every year." So he's like, "Who's Pentatonix?" So she introduces him to Pentatonix at the airport, and they have, when his flight is going to take off, he says, "Hey, we really connected." And she's like, "Yeah, but I'm dating someone and I wouldn't do that to anybody." He's like, "Okay, so let's assume we're both single in a year. Since you turned me on to Pentatonix, let's meet at the Pentatonix concert if you're single." She's like, "Okay, but it's probably not going to happen." She's like, "Okay, no names, no social media.
Yep.
Let's leave it to fate," which is perfect because she's a hopeless romantic. So a year later, she gets broken up 3 days before Christmas. Boyfriend cheats on her. And she's like, "Wait a minute. Airport James, we were going to meet at the concert, Pentatonix, and I go to that concert every year." And her friend goes, "Perfect, just show up there." She goes, "That's fine, but my boyfriend, who's no longer my boyfriend, wanted to go see Macklemore, so we did not buy Pentatonix tickets this year." So she's got to go on a quest to find a ticket to Pentatonix in 3 days. She goes to a concierge. That concierge helps her for 2 days, and they end up falling in love. So she shows up at the concert just to tell James, which is the guy's name, that she's fallen in love with someone else. So then, I'm not going to say it works out, but Christmas movies, they work out.
Yeah.
It did really well for us, and Pentatonix was amazing, and I think it did a good business for Netflix, and now on to the next. It's over.
They're obviously taking pitches from you then.
Yeah, I mean, look, it opens up doors, right? When you do a great movie, it opens up doors.
And it makes them money.
It makes them money and makes them number one, and it gives them lots to talk about and lots of promotion. So yeah, I think we did a nice job. I think Pentatonix proved to be everything I expected that to be. But anyway, thanks for asking about that. I'm really proud of that, and hopefully next year and the year after there'll be more films to look at. I also did Mario Lopez movie, Once Upon a Christmas Wish, which you guys starred in. You guys were in, had supporting roles, and the Penavega movie.
That one did well, right?
Yeah, Getting Back for Christmas did really well. So, we'll see what happens next year. I'm planning on doing some things that are not Christmas, but I love the Christmas space. I'm gonna keep working on it.
Danica 2.
Danica 2,
starring Marissa Tomei.
Oh,
again.
dude, Marissa's so great.
Dang.
All right, well, let's go. We're gonna get back to you guys because we are at the festival now. We're screening our movie in like an hour.
Yeah.
And then we find out if anybody won any awards. So we'll let you know next time.
6 nominations.
6 nominations. Dude, is that true? 6 nominations?
Yeah, Best Picture, Best Cinematographer, Best
Actor?
Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best Director.
Wow, Best Director. That's amazing.
There was one more. I know there's 6.
Best Pigeons.
Best Pigeons. All right, well, we'll let...
Percentage.
Keep an eye out for us because on the next one we'll let you know if anyone won anything. Or
what do you mean if? We are, Robert.
We are and we will. Get your speech ready. We're going to post your speech.
Best Action Thriller. Best Actor in the Lead, Emilio. Best Supporting Actor, Efron. Best Cinematographer, Ryan Galvan. Best Director, me. Best First Time Filmmaker, Beautiful Darkness.
Well, we fooled them.
Well, no, because really, Made in Mexico is like an experiment.
There you go. Yeah, this is your first film.
25 grand. Come on.
Yeah, this is your first film. This one costs 65.
More than double
Yeah,
of what my feature
that's
costs.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right, well, keep making movies, keep enjoying the holidays, guys, and we'll see you next time on Film Hustlers.
Don't get stopped.
Don't get stopped. All right, we got one in the can, fellas.
Awesome.